Hello, everyone. Today we will look at the lead generation workflow that is managed as a solution by Maya. So, what you see on the screen is complete workflow that we have designed as a solution and implemented it using Maya and couple of other products as part of the tech stack. So, when we really look at the world of AI, we are looking to automate lead generation as much as you would recruit a team of sales development reps or business development reps and potentially buy like the databases, CRM, email sequences, and quite a bit of other tools. Now, when we are incorporating artificial intelligence, the objective is that can we reduce the costs and have a very dependable set of AI agents that can run 24 by 7, 365 days, and that is throughout the year. And the complete lead generation is automated. So we are looking at a couple of steps of the flow and how this gets transformed in the world of artificial intelligence. So typically, sales team needs to be clear about their ICPs, that is their target customers, or as we call it as the ideal customer profiles. And they have to continuously monitor about their buying preferences, buying trends, which we usually call it as the user buying signals or user intent signals. And you would see a couple of other columns here. We will address each of them as we move forward. So the first step of any salesperson is to have a good accounts and contacts database, right? I mean, you need to call people, you need to find out which companies they are working in, and you need to really understand their buying preferences. And especially when you are in a B2B business to business sales scenario, you then go ahead and create what we call as lists. In our case, we are very specific. It's not any list, but a list of all our ICPs. So it could be, let's say, a set of 1,000 people whom we want to target for this financial year. And we want to have a very clean set of data. No point in having a list where the mobile phone numbers don't exist or the emails don't exist. Otherwise, how could we even contact them? Now, this ICP list obviously is created by your access to the database of accounts and contacts. And this set of 1,000 ICPs are cleaned or extracted manually in the traditional or legacy models. And as we actually look, the databases in the digital world also comprise of the buying signals, right? So there are a lot of providers who actually supply these buying signals. Buying signals could be your ICP or your target clients. They are searching with some keywords on Google. Probably they attended a sales event, or they had visited your website, they requested some collateral. They could even have clicked on the ads of your competitors. So today's modern world, you have provisions of tracking all of these buying signals, of course, without violating anybody's privacy or other sorts of data regulatory issues. That's why people ask for permission for setting up cookies or probably sign off on sharing their confidential data for further marketing. Now, with this sort of list being created and also ensuring that we have a correct database of the intent signals, we start monitoring these buying signals continuously. Now, this monitoring, this buying signals basically means that we use these buying signals to update the ICP list what we have. So it could be that your ICPs have actually got a promotion and then they need to be addressed in a different way during our lead generation process. And of course, this buying intent signal database, this data flows two ways between the database as well as in terms of back and forth from the provider. Now, all of this, as I mentioned, in the world of AI is maintained and it is run by Maya sales AI. That is the solution from our company, that is Wisely Wise. So whether it is in terms of providing you a database of hundreds of millions of accounts and contacts, ensuring that you can have the technical competence and the automation to define and create these ICP lists, and also ensuring these buying signals are monitored and there is a two-way interaction happening from the providers of such buying intent signal. Maya takes care of this complete set of processes. Once you are clear about your ICP and you are able to also understand what sort of keywords they potentially may use when they are searching for solutions or products and services similar to yours in the marketplace. Now, once we have all of these kicked off by Maya, and Maya as an agent also ensures it starts looking after data enrichment. So, what do we mean by that? Earlier, I mentioned that probably folks could get promoted. There could be news about a particular company. Maybe it is acquiring their competitors or they're increasing their headcount. So, a lot of positive signals with which you have potential to sell more into a particular company or to your specific contact within that company. It could also be that somebody has shifted out of companies and they have updated their profile on LinkedIn. And all of this data happens 24 by 7, right? People join and leave companies, companies get acquired, companies grow into new markets, or they actually increase their um, what you can call their headcount. So the objective is that we need clean data and enriched data through which we are able to address these various clients via email nurturing or via phone calls or probably even advertisements. So you have this data enrichment happening at both the ICP list level as well as on your accounts and contacts database level. Next step is, of course, you got a set of ICPs, you got their mobile phone numbers and emails. But again, are we sure that the emails work? Probably somebody has quit a company and the email just bounces. So to reduce these incidences, now it can never be 100% right, because the email deliverability, the whole universe of sending and receiving emails is quite complicated. However, there are definitely a lot of technical steps we could take to improve the deliverability, and one of them is to ensure that a particular email is valid, again, through a set of technical measures. Now, that is not within the scope of this particular presentation. Now, we also then look at what are the various workflows we need to set up, right? I mean, this is probably the start of the overall engagement with a particular client or a whole set of clients as part of their ICP lists. The verified emails are then introduced into email workflows, and these workflows determine what are the various steps you want to take so that you are able to nurture a client through the stages of awareness and probably consideration. Now, we have to note an important point that lead generation is not focused on conversion within the scope of this particular call. This particular call, the end-to-end, is up to ensuring that we have very qualified leads, especially marketing qualified leads. And once the MQLs are generated, they are passed on to the AE teams or the individual salespeople, who could then take it forward for further discussions, negotiations, conversions, payment, and the whole host of sales operations activities which needs to be carried out. Now, coming back to the email workflows, once we have a set of workflows, we could have them running for the buying stage of your ICPs. Now, you could have one ICP list, you could have multiple ICP lists. You could be segmenting those ICPs based upon their buying position within their organizations. Now, in a B2B scenario, of course, you have the scenario of a B2B buying committee. A buying committee could have people who are purchasers, who are influencers, who are roadblockers, who are your ambassadors, and so on. And of course, you could have defined your own sales process based on like the BANT, the BANT process, as we call it, right? Where we qualify people based upon whether They are the real buyers, whether they have the authority, they have the need, they have the timing, and of course, do they have the budget? And there are, of course, there are other famous sales processes, methodologies such as MEDIC. So whichever process that you may adopt within your organization or the flows within your CRM, what is important here is to ensure that there is an alignment to your ICP's buying pattern or buying behavior. Probably you already have defined an SOP for that as well. Now, while we are also having the email workflows, right, they could throw up certain exceptions. Maybe there is not alignment completely to a set of clients that probably would have to be handled separately so it doesn't disturb the entire email workflow. Again, if you look at this particular part of the swim lane diagram, where we are enriching and qualifying the leads, you would see Maya plays the most important part of ensuring all of this is taken care of. Now comes the gut of the entire lead generation, which is nurturing your leads or the ICP contacts whom we have now got on the list. We have verified them and they don't fall under any particular exceptions. And we start the interactions with them, which practically means you start sending out email campaigns to them. Probably you're also trying to connect to them via LinkedIn. Maybe in some organizations, you may even call them before sending out these email campaigns. So this particular process, and especially with Maya, everything is quite flexible. Now, when you do lead nurturing, of course, some of the best practices is that you have very strong, very high performing landing pages, and you attach lead magnets, which are of value to your client, right? Because it's mostly a cold email you are sending it to them, you need to provide them something of value, and usually we call them as lead magnets. So it could be in the form of a free PDF, or it could be in the form of a video, or maybe an invite to a webinar. It could be any of that. And typically we design landing pages and deliver the landing pages, the lead magnets via these landing pages, and ensure that we avoid things like email spam by attaching any particular PDFs or video files. Now, of course, you're free to send links directly to these lead magnets. However, best practice is to create landing pages for your ICPs. And in some extreme cases, you could have a landing page created for every ICP for whom you are sending this email. Again, this is technically possible, but beyond the scope of this current presentation. So we have now activated the pipeline. We have started sending emails, probably a sequence of emails, and there could be multiple email campaigns depending upon how complex you wanted it. Maybe you are targeting many ICPs or many products and services. However, the simplicity of Maya is that all of them are taken care in parallel. What time zone to deliver these emails, what time to actually follow up with them, and providing a whole set of technical parameters through which you can control this flow. Now, we would from Wisely Wise help you with the setup and manage this end to end, so you don't have to worry about how do you really set up this particular campaign or do the lead nurturing. However, we would definitely require you to provide us with the lead magnet and probably either host it on one of your landing pages, or if you prefer that we host it, let's say on our Google Drive. Yes, that is something that we could definitely do for you. Now, once the campaigns start off one or many, you would actually move on to the next stages of how exactly are you now going to move the engagement to the next level. So the other types of software that we would use to deliver lead magnets usually come from one of our partners, that is Zoho, and we use a set of products such as WorkDrive and Landing Page to either create the landing pages or deliver these lead magnets. However, setting up of Zoho would again be beyond the scope of this particular presentation, and we are more than happy to deliver that as an extra service to clients as may be required. Now, let's look at email campaigns as part of this lead nurturing. Now, of course, we are going to start delivering these various lead magnets as part of these email campaigns. And at the same time, we are going to start monitoring the activity of these emails. So a set of clients may have received your emails in their inbox. A set of clients would be opening up those emails, probably downloading your lead magnet, or maybe storing it for later time when they can open it. Or some of them may not even want to open it for a variety of reasons. Maybe they are busy, right? Or maybe they're driving to work. And we continue to send a sequence of emails, maybe 3 emails over a period of few days or few weeks. And we continue to monitor the email activity, which is, did they open the email? If they open the email, are we supposed to send the next email in the sequence, or are we supposed to do some other activity such as making a phone call? Or have they downloaded a particular lead magnet such as a PDF, and is there a set of activities associated as a next step? So this stage of email activity is quite important from the perspective of ensuring that we are getting the right sort of returns for the investments we have made in terms of time and effort till now. So this is the analytics, and this is in real time. Now fret not, we obviously from Wisely Wise will monitor this email activity. We will monitor it via certain other software. I will mention that as we move forward, so that everything is in real time and much more dynamic, and entails no additional sort of effort from your side. Now, when we look at the email campaigns being run and monitoring the email activity, of course, there are many sort of email campaigns which are running, and we have to continue to monitor this using many other dashboards. And we could also run parallel campaigns using products such as Zoho campaigns. However, Maya also helps in running email campaigns based on databases you may provide. So if you really look at it, earlier we spoke about accounts and contact database, which is provided by Maya. And later on, if you are having a set of databases to whom you want us to send the emails, then yes, we could either use a third party such as Zoho campaigns, or we use a product such as Maya. Now, we are more than happy to again set up Zoho campaigns being the partner. However, the choice is yours in terms of how you'd want to actually either set this within Maya itself, or you want to handle your databases separately. Now, email activity again could be monitored using other products such as Zoho Mail and within Maya. Now, all of this usually in a B2B sales scenario points towards getting meetings, especially online meetings, right? And for that, we can use the products such as Zoho Bookings. We, of course, know of certain clients who want to use their own, let's say, Google calendars or probably other sort of calendaring tools. And we are happy to get the link from you and attach it to those emails. However, there would be an extra manual step where you need to tell us as to how the bookings have happened, so that we can decide in terms of what are the next stages that Maya needs to take care, or whether we just hand it over to you from this point onwards. Now, if we continue with our overall email nurturing and continue monitoring the email activity, and probably we are getting people to download those PDFs, or probably they are replying to the emails. The third scenario is they are actually booking your calendar. This leads us to the final swim lane, where we enter what we call as the regular pipeline management. This is a swim lane where we will create the lead for you within the CRM, and we will ensure that these leads are also probably given to you separately for other sort of email campaigns, or maybe let's say a social media campaign you may be running, or a digital advertising like Google ads or Facebook ads, or maybe Instagram ads you may be running. Now, once we create the lead in the CRM, we would convert it to an opportunity or a deal, as you may really call it, as part of your pipeline stage, and ensure this is then handed over to you, which is basically the MQLs are handed over to the account executives or probably the sales teams. So we have ensured that the entire process is smooth, is automated. It runs 24 by 7 with no other manual intervention till the time you get a highly qualified lead. And then the sales team take from that point, and they start either calling these various ICPs, or they actually go and attend these meetings which have been booked by the client. You may decide on other activities as appropriate to your organization. However, once we actually convert a lead to an opportunity or a deal, and that gets marked as a MQL or a marketing qualified lead, the entire process for Maya, as far as the lead gen workflow, it gets completed and marked as a success. However, please note, while this I have walked you through as a very sort of a linear setup from defining ICPs all the way up to pipeline management, all these activities are going to be run in parallel by Maya as the AI agent. While there are emails which are being delivered and nurtured, you'll also see newer accounts and contacts being used to add to the ICP list. Their emails get verified, and then the lead magnets get delivered, and then the process of lead creation and conversion to MQL, continues to happen. So this is a very happy scenario where, with much lesser cost points, you are able to actually get the full benefit of actually having a lead generation team at your disposal. All that you need to provide to us is in terms of your definition of your target customer, probably a few demographic characteristics such as which country they come from or maybe which city that they come in from. The whole lead gen workflow we have aligned to the scientific process of what you may have carried out till now, any sales methodology you may have, or probably any other sort of pipeline management process you may have. Now, please note that all of the software which we have mentioned here, which is Maya and a couple of products from Zoho, we will definitely be able to set all of this in a very seamless fashion. If you need to introduce other products which is non Zoho or some other third party product, then please note that we cannot guarantee that this would be a direct integration, given that there are so many other complex products out over there. However, the cost effectiveness of both Maya and probably of the Zoho products at the point of purchase will ensure that the costs are really quite manageable. We have seen that happening with multiple other clients, right? So at a high level, when you are running your complete lead generation to run 24 by 7, we are now looking at this process handled by the AI agents and a couple of other software end to end, and all working towards your success. There are definitely a lot of other very significant points which we could discuss over a period of time. However, this I hope gives you at a high level overview of what Maya Sales AI lead gen workflow actually looks like. So thank you, and I look forward to actually working with you in ensuring that your lead gen is completely taken over by artificial intelligence and you reap the benefits of a much more cost effective workflow, and which is highly streamlined and with much lesser managerial control or overhead. Thank you so much.